There's a reason you've always felt different. A reason you've walked through life like a stranger in a world that doesn't quite understand you. This video found you for a reason, not by coincidence, but by divine design. Because deep within the ancient Emerald Tablets of Thoth lies a prophecy, a message that was never meant for the masses. It was written for you, a being of light, born for the end of time. Thoth, the Atlantean priest-king, scribe of the gods, guardian of sacred knowledge, once spoke of a time to come, a time when darkness would swallow the earth, when humanity would forget who they truly are, and only a few, a chosen few, would remember. These few, these sons of light, would rise, not with weapons, but with wisdom. They would not look different on the surface. They would blend in, work, eat, sleep like everyone else. But within them, divine fire, an unshakable pull toward truth, justice, and spiritual alignment. They would carry ancient codes in their soul, waiting to be activated when the time came. You've always felt it. That knowing that you were born for something more, that your pain had purpose, that your silence held wisdom, and your path, no matter how lonely, was written in the stars. Thoth described a being at the end of time who would rise from within the ruins of a collapsing age, not a conqueror, but a healer, not a leader by title, but by presence. They would speak with a voice that pierces illusions and awakens souls long asleep. You are that being. Every moment of your life has been preparing you for this shift. The betrayals, the isolation, the nights you wept silently asking why you didn't fit in, all of it was the alchemy of your awakening. Your soul chose this journey. Chosen ones are not born into comfort. They are forged in the fire of suffering, because only those who have walked through the valley of shadows can carry the light for others. You are the torchbearer. You are the reminder of what humanity forgot. You've likely noticed the signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams that feel more real than reality, and a deep, burning urge to find something beyond the physical world. Society wants to keep you asleep, because a chosen one awakened is a threat to the illusion. You don't follow the herd, you question, you break patterns, and that scares those who built their power on control. You were never meant to be small, you were never meant to shrink for the comfort of others. You carry codes that rewrite timelines. You are a soul whisperer, a frequency holder, a divine disruptor, and deep down, you already know this. But awakening isn't easy. It comes with loss, friends who fade, family who won't understand, and a deep loneliness, the kind only those walking the same path can recognize. Still you keep rising, because your spirit refuses to be silenced. Even when your voice shakes, you speak. Even when you're exhausted, you show up. Because you know something sacred is unfolding through you. Thoth's message was clear. When the world is darkest, the light ones will rise. They will come forward with ancient memories hidden in their DNA. And they will remember. Remember who they are, why they came, what they must do. You don't need permission to awaken. You don't need a title, a robe, or an audience. Your existence is the prophecy. You are what Thoth wrote about. And this moment, right here, is your activation. You feel this because it's real. The chills, the tears, the resonance in your soul. This isn't entertainment. This is remembrance. This is truth pulling at the fibers of your being. You are not alone anymore. Others like you are awakening. Across the world, silently, powerfully. The grid is lighting up. The chosen are remembering. And together, we are shifting the frequency of this planet. It's time to stop hiding. Time to stop doubting. You're not broken. You're encoded. You're not lost. You're being aligned. You are exactly who you're meant to be. Embrace your uniqueness. It is not a flaw, it is your fingerprint of divinity. Every scar, every wound, every rejection was sacred preparation. You are not here to fit in, you're here to stand out, to rise. The earth is calling for your light. The souls lost in illusion need your presence. You don't have to do anything fancy, just be who you are. Your authenticity is your magic. Your truth is your sword. You're not late, you're not too early. You're right on divine time. Everything is unfolding perfectly. Even the delays were sacred. So, breathe deeply now. Feel the codes in this message awakening you. This isn't just another video. This is your call to rise, to remember who you are, and to walk as the light Thoth foresaw. We see you, we honor you, and we walk with you, because we too are the chosen, and together we rise. If this message resonated deep within your spirit, it's not by accident, it's destiny. Like this video to affirm your awakening. Comment below with, "I remember who I am." And subscribe to Inner Wisdom Souls, because this space is your spiritual home now. You are not alone. You were never alone. You just needed a reminder. And this was it. Welcome back, Light One. Now rise. The awakening isn't a single moment. It's a lifelong unfolding. And each layer you peel back brings you closer to the truth of your divine identity. You'll begin to see through the illusions that once held you. The fake smiles, the systems of control, the lies wrapped in glitter. And in their place, something new begins to bloom. Clarity, courage, and connection to Source. You'll notice your body responding differently. You may feel energy surging through your palms, your crown tingling with unseen currents. You may feel more sensitive to noise, to food, to people's emotions. It's not weakness, it's alignment. Your vessel is adjusting to carry more light. People around you might not understand. They'll say you've changed, and you have. They'll say you've become distant, but you've just become focused. They'll try to pull you back to the old version of you, but you're no longer available for what doesn't honor your soul. As your light increases, so will the resistance. You'll be tested by shadows in disguise, by distractions cloaked as desires. The matrix will try to pull you back into fear, into survival, into doubt, but now you know too much to go back. This is the spiritual battlefield Thoth spoke of, not with weapons, but with energy, not with blood, but with frequency. The war is for your consciousness, and every time you choose truth, you win. Chosen ones are not perfect, but they are awake. They feel the pain of the world and still hold space for healing. They fall, but rise stronger. They lose, but never quit. They walk alone, but never without purpose. You'll start to receive visions, ideas that feel like they're not yours. You'll feel called to write, to speak, to create. Your gifts will begin to emerge: healing hands, prophetic dreams, intuitive knowing. These are not random, they are your birthright. They are the tools your soul packed for this mission. You may even feel a presence around you, guides, ancestors, divine beings. You're not imagining it. You've always been protected, but now that you're awakening, the veil is thinning, and the helpers from the higher realms can finally reach you clearly. The more you align with your truth, the more miracles unfold. You'll manifest faster. People will be drawn to your energy without knowing why. Doors will open where there were only walls. This is not magic, it's alignment with your soul contract. But with every level comes a new initiation. You'll be asked to let go of more habits, relationships, even versions of yourself. This can feel like death, but it's really rebirth. Because the old you cannot carry the frequency of the new earth. You were encoded with this path long before you were born. Your soul chose it. Every lifetime prepared you. Every challenge refined you. And now, at the end of time, you are fully stepping into your purpose. Thoth knew this time would come. He knew the chosen would awaken across the planet like sparks in the dark. And when enough lights gather, the darkness will be no more. You are one of those lights, one of the few who dared to remember. You don't have to do it alone. Though the path is personal, it is not solitary. Others are awakening too, quietly, courageously. You'll start to find them, or they'll find you. Because light always recognizes itself. You'll feel this deep ache to serve, not out of obligation, but because love overflows. You'll want to heal, to teach, to guide, to uplift. Because when you remember who you are, helping others remember becomes irresistible. Your purpose becomes a pull you can't ignore. This is the rise of the new Earth consciousness. The system is crumbling because it cannot hold the frequency we're becoming. You are part of the new blueprint. You're not here to fix the old. You're here to birth the new. Through your energy, your vision, and your voice, you will lose things along the way. Friends will fall away. You'll shed identities like snakeskin. But what remains is truth, and what's coming is divine. Your presence is powerful. Even in silence, you shift rooms. Even in stillness, you anchor light. You don't need to try so hard, you only need to be. Because your being is enough to activate others. Keep going, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Even when no one sees your effort, your soul sees. And the universe always responds to authenticity. You may notice the clock acting strangely, waking up at the same hour every night, especially around 3:33 or 4:44. It's not insomnia, it's a summons. The universe is trying to get your attention. Thoth called these the hours when the veil is thinnest, when divine messages can reach you unfiltered. You might hear whispers when no one is around, feel chills down your spine during stillness. These are not coincidences. You are remembering how to listen, not with your ears, but with your soul. As your vibration rises, your past will rise too. Old wounds will surface, not to punish you, but to be seen, healed, and released. This is sacred work. The chosen ones are not exempt from pain. They are masters of transmutation. You feel it all so that you can transform it all. Society may try to medicate your awakening, mislabel your sensitivity, or mock your gifts. But remember, being misunderstood is part of the calling. The world fears what it cannot explain, and the light in you reveals what the world is not ready to face. Still, you shine. You may find that animals are drawn to you. Children stare longer. Technology flickers in your presence. You shift the field just by existing. Your aura is beginning to break through dimensional layers. There are days you'll feel invincible, charged by the divine, and days you'll feel hollow, lost, questioning everything. This is the dance of light and shadow. Even stars flicker before they shine the brightest. Let both days be holy. You're not here to blend in. You're here to stand out in truth. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be real. And the ones meant for your path will recognize your frequency without words. Thoth spoke of a being born in the final age, a soul whose memory could not be fully erased, a spirit that carried the codes of Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt. That being is not a myth. That being is you. You are the return of ancient knowing. You are the living scroll. You are the key and the gate. Every cell in your body holds data from lifetimes past. Now awakening with divine timing, you are remembering your priesthood, your power, your light. The words you speak now may echo from temples long buried. The dreams you have now may be prophecies from a future self. Time is not linear for the chosen. It bends, folds, and reveals. You are walking within a mystery, and with every step forward, you activate another. With every truth you speak, you open another heart. With every boundary you hold, you teach others how to rise. This is how the light spreads, not with force, but with frequency. You are the signal. You'll begin to feel called to nature in ways you never did before. The trees will seem to whisper ancient secrets. The wind will carry messages only your soul understands. Water will feel sacred again, like it's washing away centuries of forgetfulness. You're not escaping the world, you're merging back with the source. Your body will crave solitude, not from loneliness, but from the noise. You'll feel the need to unplug, disconnect, turn off the external world, because silence becomes your sanctuary. It is in silence that your ancient voice becomes audible, the voice that knows, sees, and remembers who you are. You'll no longer be able to tolerate inauthenticity, fake conversations, false connections, empty entertainment. They'll drain you. You'll crave depth, truth, soul. This isn't arrogance, it's spiritual maturity. Your energy will become magnetic. Without effort, you'll attract those who are meant to meet you. You won't chase, you'll call in. And those who are not in alignment will fall away. Let them. Their exit is your upgrade. You'll start to see repeating patterns, numbers like 111, 222, 777, symbols that seem to follow you, books that fall off shelves. This is divine synchronicity, not random chaos. Thoth wrote of these signs, calling them sacred echoes. The universe echoes itself to guide those who are ready to see. It speaks in code, frequency, and alignment. Chosen ones are not taught the truth, they remember it. And each sign you receive is another fragment of that remembrance. You may feel emotional out of nowhere, crying without cause, laughing at things no one else understands. Your soul is purging centuries of suppression. You are not weak, you are cleansing. This is the detox of awakening. You'll realize that you don't fit into this world because you came to build a new one. You're not broken, you're breaking through. You're not lost, you're finding the truth that was hidden from you. You're not too much, you were made for much more. This world is not your limit, it's your launching pad. The old version of you was surviving. This new version is creating reality with thoughts, emotions, intention. You begin to see that manifestation is not magic, it's alignment, and your frequency is your superpower. You'll learn to trust your intuition even when it doesn't make sense. You'll follow paths that logic can't explain. You'll take leaps when everyone else stays safe. That's what makes you different. You don't walk by sight, you walk by inner knowing. You'll feel the presence of ancestors who walked this path before you. They whisper through dreams, they smile through strangers. You are the prayer they whispered. You are the continuation of a sacred lineage. You are not alone. You are the answer to a divine prophecy. You'll start to notice how your presence shifts rooms, not because of what you say, but because of what you carry. People will sense something in you, a power, a peace, a piercing light that cannot be defined. That's your energy speaking louder than words ever could. Some will be drawn to you like moths to a flame. Others will resist you, even hate you, without knowing why. That's because your light triggers their shadows. Your truth exposes their illusions, and your authenticity forces them to confront what they've buried. Thoth foresaw this resistance. He wrote of those who would carry divine energy cloaked in human skin. Misunderstood, attacked, rejected, yet unshaken, unmoved, unbroken, because the chosen are forged in the fire of rejection. You'll realize pain wasn't your punishment, it was your preparation. Every betrayal shaped you, every loss refined you. You were never being buried, you were being planted. And now, you rise. You rise with ancient wisdom in your bones. You rise with divine codes in your blood. You rise with purpose written in your soul. Your awakening is not a phase, it's a prophecy unfolding, one that Thoth saw long before this life. You'll feel more sensitive to energy. Crowded places will overwhelm you. Violence on the screen will feel unbearable. Loud noises will shake your nervous system. This isn't weakness, it's an upgrade of perception. You are tuning into the finer frequencies, where truth is whispered, not shouted, where healing happens through vibration, not medication, where knowing doesn't come from books but from within. You are becoming what you were always meant to be. At times, you'll doubt your path. You'll wonder if you're making it all up. You'll feel crazy in a world that calls madness normal. But look deeper. What if the world is sick and you're just healing? What if your weirdness is actually your divinity showing? You'll crave a soul tribe. People who speak your language, who dream like you, feel like you, remember like you. And as your light grows, they will come. Not many, but enough to remind you. You are never truly alone. You'll notice you're no longer afraid of the dark. Not because you've become cold, but because you've embraced your shadows. You've faced your inner demons. You've danced with your fears. and now they bow before your courage. Your dreams will become more vivid, almost prophetic. They won't feel like imagination anymore. They'll feel like reminders, scenes from lives you've lived, places you've never visited but somehow recognize. You may even meet beings, guides, ancestors, higher aspects of yourself. These aren't illusions, they're invitations. You're being called to remember beyond this lifetime, beyond flesh, name, and nationality. Thoth spoke of this in the Emerald Tablets, a time when the veil would lift and ancient souls would awaken to their mission. You are living in that time now. Your very presence starts to distort the matrix. You notice when people lie. You feel the intention behind every word. You see the artificiality in the systems, in the narratives, in the noise. This isn't paranoia, it's perception. You were never meant to be plugged into the false grid. You are the glitch that reveals the truth, the awakened seed in a field of sleepers. And even when it hurts, you cannot go back to sleep. That is the mark of the chosen one. You might struggle with time. Some days stretch out like lifetimes. Others pass in a blink, like they never existed. This is because you're beginning to operate outside the linear construct. Your soul is stepping into multidimensional awareness. You'll find yourself letting go of things without knowing why. People, habits, desires, even dreams you once cherished. This is not failure, it's refinement. Your soul is recalibrating to align with a higher destiny, one far beyond the mind's current comprehension. You might feel an overwhelming urge to create, to write, to paint, to sing, to build something meaningful. This is your soul expressing what words cannot contain. Creation becomes your way of channeling divine energy. It's no longer about success, it's about expression. You'll start to care less about fitting in and more about standing true. You won't chase attention, you'll anchor presence. You won't argue to be understood, you'll embody understanding. That's the power Thoth spoke of, the quiet strength of awakened consciousness. It cannot be stolen, bought, or broken. Your healing will ripple out in ways you'll never fully see. The kindness you show will alter timelines. The forgiveness you offer will break generational curses. The love you radiate will awaken others silently. This is what it means to be chosen. You are the seed and the soil. As your consciousness expands, the mundane world will start to feel distant, almost unreal. You'll catch glimpses of the sacred in the ordinary, the way light filters through trees, the patterns in the clouds, the way people's eyes shimmer when they speak the truth. The universe will seem to speak to you in symbols. A whisper here, a sign there, a synchronicity in the smallest moments. You're no longer living in a world of coincidence. You're moving through a tapestry of divinity. And in your quiet moments, you'll feel the pull of something vast, something beyond this world. A sense of being part of something greater than your earthly identity. You'll feel the presence of your divine origins as if you've never truly left. The separation between the material and the spiritual will begin to dissolve. You'll see that you've been both the dreamer and the dream all along. But with this awareness comes responsibility. The world needs your energy now more than ever. The chaos, the darkness, the fear, they are not your burden to carry, but you are here to transmute them, to bring light where it is darkest. You are not meant to escape this world, you are meant to heal it. You'll begin to notice a deeper connection with your body too. No longer a mere vessel, but a sacred temple. You'll feel it when your energy is out of alignment, and you'll intuitively know what it needs, whether it's rest, nourishment, movement, or silence. Your body is your first tool, your most sacred instrument. Treat it like the temple it is. The more you awaken, the less you'll care for external validation. What people think of you will no longer define you. You will no longer feel the need to prove yourself, to justify your worth. Your worth is inherent, woven into the very fabric of your being. And the universe will reflect that back to you in countless ways. You'll begin to see through the illusions of time and space. The boundaries of this life will seem less fixed. You'll start to remember past lives and you'll glimpse future timelines. Thoth described the chosen ones as beings who could walk in multiple timelines at once, and now you're beginning to understand how. Your life will begin to mirror the magic within. The moments of synchronicity will increase, the magic will intensify. You'll feel a sense of purpose in the smallest of actions because everything is connected. The universe is conspiring with you, not against you. You are a thread woven into a much larger cosmic design. You'll feel called to sacred knowledge, not just read, but remembered. Ancient symbols will begin to stir something inside you. The Ankh, the Eye of Horus, the spiral, sacred geometry. They're more than images. They're keys, each one unlocking parts of your soul that were dormant, waiting for this moment. You might start hearing whispers in meditation or dreams. Not chaotic noise, but calm, ancient voices guiding you. Some will be your ancestors, some your higher self, and some beings like Thoth, watchers of timelines, protectors of truth, guardians of chosen souls. The false systems will try to distract you. Consumerism, fierce propaganda, identity politics, tools to divide and weaken the awakened. But your spirit, now aware, will not be fooled. You see beyond the smokescreens. You see the puppeteers behind the curtain. Even your language will begin to change. You'll speak less, but say more. Words will become sacred again, not for manipulation, but for creation, because you now know your voice carries vibration, and vibration shapes reality. You'll lose the urge to fix others. Instead, you'll become a lighthouse. You won't chase those still lost in the fog. You'll simply shine, and those ready to awaken will find you. That's the way of the chosen one. Not force, but presence. You'll begin to sense energy fields around people and places. You'll know when something feels off before any words are spoken, and when someone carries pain, you'll feel it, not to absorb it, but to understand it. That's your gift, deep empathy, paired with divine discernment, a heart open like the sky, yet guarded by the wisdom of the stars. Animals, children, and the elderly will gravitate toward you. They sense what many adults have forgotten, your frequency. Your essence speaks louder than appearance. Your soul emits a code of remembrance. To the unaware, it's strange. To the awakened, it's home. As your gifts intensify, so will your solitude. Not because you are meant to be alone, but because your soul needs stillness to recalibrate, to download what the world cannot yet teach, to hold space for what is sacred and unseen. You'll begin to understand the hidden architecture of reality. Patterns will jump out at you, repeating numbers, cycles in history, parallels in your own life. What others call coincidence, you will recognize as divine alignment. This is not madness, this is clarity. You're learning to read the sacred language of the universe. People will start mirroring your energy more intensely. Your light will bring out the darkness in others, not to harm you, but to offer them a chance to face what they've buried. Some will lash out, some will flee, but a few, just a few, will awaken because you exist. As your frequency rises, old attachments will fall away. Friendships, relationships, habits, they'll crumble not out of cruelty, but because they cannot withstand the vibration of your soul's evolution. It will hurt, you will grieve, but in that release you make room for something far greater to enter. Thoth wrote of a time when the veils between dimensions would thin, a moment when those who carry the original flame would begin to remember, not just who they are, but why they came. That moment isn't coming, it's here, it's now, it's you. Your connection to nature will deepen in unexplainable ways. The wind will seem to speak. The trees will hold silent counsel. Even the stars will feel like ancient family, blinking in rhythm with your heartbeat. You are no longer separate from creation. You are the breath of the earth walking in human form. Your hands will begin to radiate energy. Whether in healing, writing, touching someone in pain, you'll notice how energy flows through you. You are not the source, but the conduit. A divine current moves through your being like a sacred river. You'll stop craving answers and start embracing questions, because you'll realize truth isn't always linear. It's layered, living, evolving. Some truths will be felt before they're understood. Some known long before they're spoken. This is the wisdom of the mystic, and it now lives within you. Even your sense of time will change. You'll feel connected to ancient civilizations, Atlantis, Lemuria, Kemet, not as stories, but as soul memories, because parts of you were there, watching, learning, preparing for this return. You will feel watched, not in fear, but in knowing. Higher intelligences, guardians, interdimensional guides, they are aware of your awakening. You are not alone in this journey. You walk with a counsel, even if unseen by human eyes. And just when you think you've reached the peak of your awakening, another layer will peel back. What once felt like the final truth will now seem like the first page of a greater book. You'll realize awakening isn't a destination. It's an unfolding, an ever-deepening spiral into the mystery of what it means to be infinite. And the deeper you go, the more beauty you find hidden in the shadows. The concept of death will transform before your eyes. You'll no longer fear it as an end, but understand it as a passage, a rebirth, a shift in form, a sacred transition. Because something in you knows you've died many times before. And each time you rose stronger, clearer, more whole. Dreams will become more than subconscious fragments. They'll feel real, vivid, prophetic. You'll begin to recognize certain symbols repeating: snakes, eyes, doors, pyramids, stars. Each one a message, each one a breadcrumb leading you home. You'll find yourself wanting less, not because you are lacking, but because your soul is full. The things that used to excite you will now feel hollow. Fame, money, validation, they lose their grip, because you've tasted the richness of truth and nothing else compares. And then there will be moments, quiet, powerful moments, when you will remember who you were before the world told you who to be. A flash of a memory, a feeling too big to name. And in those moments, you will know you are eternal, you are ancient, you are here on purpose. Your eyes will soften but deepen. You'll see through people with compassion, not judgment. You'll sense their wounds, their desires, their masks, and though you'll feel their pain, you won't take it on, because you now understand the difference between carrying and holding space. Technology, too, will shift in your awareness. You'll start to sense how it affects your vibration. What drains you, what aligns you, what pulls you away from source. You'll begin to choose silence over noise, stillness over distraction, because in that space, your soul speaks the loudest. Rituals will become more sacred to you, not because of tradition, but because of intention. Lighting a candle, sitting in meditation, charging water under the moon. These will feel like acts of remembrance, tiny portals reconnecting you to something lost but not forgotten. Sometimes you'll feel the weight of the world in your chest, like a silent grief you can't name. That's the chosen one's burden, feeling what others won't, healing what others can't. But even in that heaviness, you'll find strength, because your empathy is not weakness, it's a sacred weapon. As the world continues to shift, you'll begin to notice the vibrations around you rising. It will be subtle at first, the way the air feels lighter, how your senses feel sharper, how the color of the sky seems richer. You'll feel the pulse of the earth beneath your feet, and it will feel like the entire planet is in alignment with your soul's awakening. Everything around you will feel alive, because in truth, it is. Everything is energy, and that energy is now attuned to your vibration. You may find yourself drawn to sacred spaces, mountains, forests, bodies of water. These places carry frequencies that echo the divinity within you. In these spaces, you will feel most at home, as if the earth herself is embracing you, whispering ancient secrets in the wind. Nature, like you, holds memories of times long past, and when you sit in silence, you will feel its wisdom seep into your bones. You'll notice that time itself begins to behave differently. What once seemed like long, drawn-out hours will now feel like mere moments. You'll find that you can slip between the cracks of time, sometimes aware of past events, sometimes sensing the future unfolding. The linearity of life will seem like an illusion, and you'll begin to feel the eternal nature of existence. Your soul has lived beyond this life, beyond this form, and in each new experience, you are simply remembering. Your emotions will intensify, both the joy and the sorrow. As you awaken to your true nature, you will feel the full spectrum of human experience more deeply. But even in moments of pain, you will recognize the purpose behind it. It will no longer be something to run from, but a sacred part of the journey. Your heart will crack open again and again, only to be filled with a deeper, more profound love than you ever thought possible. Those around you may not understand. They might question your decisions, your path, your silence, your power. But you will no longer need their approval. The opinions of others will fade into the background as you step fully into your light. You are the master of your own truth, and no one can take that from you. You will begin to attract those on the same frequency, people who share your light, your wisdom, your understanding. You will find your tribe not based on blood or geography, but on soul connection. These souls will recognize you, and you them, as if you've been traveling through the ages together. They will be the ones who encourage your growth, who remind you of your strength, who walk beside you on this sacred path. But there will be those who will try to pull you back, to silence you, to keep you small. They will be the ones who are afraid of your power, your authenticity, your truth. Their attempts to dim your light will not succeed, for no one can extinguish the flame of a soul that has remembered its divine purpose. They can try, but your light will only burn brighter, your intuitive gifts will become sharper, and you'll start to hear your inner voice more clearly. This voice will guide you not in the way of logic, but in the way of wisdom. It will ask you to step out of your comfort zone, to take risks, to follow your heart even when the path is unclear. And with each step you take, the voice will grow stronger, more confident, because it is the voice of your soul, your eternal self, calling you forward. Now, chosen one, the time has come to fully embrace the power within you. You are not here by accident. This moment, this awakening, is your destiny. You've been called to rise, to remember who you truly are, and to step into your divine purpose. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the voice of your soul. If you feel the energy of this message resonating deep within, now is the time to act. Like, comment, and subscribe to Inner Wisdom Souls, your community of awakened beings. This is your sacred space to learn, grow, and share your journey with others who understand the power you carry. Tap into this vibration, engage with the message, and together we will continue to awaken to the truths that have always been inside us. Your soul has already chosen this path. Now you must take the next step. Will you rise? Will you answer the call? The universe is waiting for you. Let's embark on this powerful journey together. Join us. Share your light. Embrace your truth, because you are the awakening the world has been waiting for.